Oh man.
Mute him, please.
Yep.
All right, I do see Mr. Curley now. This is set for a status conference. Mr. Dick, do we have a resolution of this matter?
Yes, we do, Your Honor. Mr. Curley will be pleading guilty to the retail fraud second, and yes, the prosecutor was not advocating for jail time in this matter.
Is that an accurate statement of the agreement, Mr. Fortier?
It is, Your Honor. There's also a restitution amount of $371.20 to Walmart.
Correct.
All right, Mr. Curley, you've heard what the attorneys have said. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The original charge was retail fraud in the second degree, so the prosecutor is asking that you plead as charged to that. That is a misdemeanor offense. It has a maximum penalty of 1 year and or I believe a $2,000 fine. In exchange for that, the prosecutor is not going to recommend any jail in this particular case. Is that your understanding of the deal?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
All right. In order to take that deal, you'd have to give up what are known as your trial rights. So let me tell you what those rights are so that you can make an informed decision. Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right. Knowing all of that, do you still wish to enter a plea today?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. I need to take some testimony from you. So would you raise your right hand so I can swear you in? Charge against you reads as follows. It says that on or about June 16th of 2025, within the city of Gaylord and Otsego County at the Walmart located at 950 Edelweiss Village Parkway, that you did commit the act of retail fraud in the second degree, in that you did, while the store was open to the public, steal property that was offered for sale there of a value over $200 but less than $1,000. Is that what you did?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ashamed to say it, but the items were basic household items, some disinfectant, cleaner, antibacterial, laundry detergent pods, and children's, well, girls' sandals.
All right. You believe that those added up to more than $200?
No, there was other items that were included on behalf of Walmart from previous previous times on different dates that I am aware of, obviously. Just not.
All right. So all within a year's period of time?
Yeah, I'd say with
a
couple months.
All right. Thank you. Any additional factual basis questions from either of the attorneys?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
I will accept the plea entered by Mr. Curley. I do find it was knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily given. He did admit the elements of retail fraud in the second degree, indicating that he stole items offered for sale while Walmart was open to the public, and that was the Walmart that was here in Otsego County, that the value was over $200 in total from all of his thefts from Walmart. So I do believe that that was a proper plea, and we'll accept it. All right, Mr. Curley, what I'm going to do as for sentencing is I'm going to give each of the attorneys an opportunity to tell me what they think a proper sentence would be. And then I'm also going to give you an opportunity to address me at the end so that you can hear what they have to say first. Mr. Fortier, go ahead.
Your Honor, naturally here, the most important thing that we're concerned about is the restitution to Walmart, which I've already given to the court. So outside of that, I would leave any sentence up to the court. Would state that I did indicate to Mr. Dick that I would not be advocating for upfront jails. I don't think that's necessary at this point. Just the main thing is just that the restitution gets paid.
All right, thank you. Mr. Dick, allocution?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Curley, he's a 36-year-old father of two. This incident occurred around the time of the ice storms and whatnot. Mr. Curley believed he was only doing what he needed to provide for his family, as can be recognized by the items that were taken. specifically cleaning items, clothing items, basic necessities. Mr. Curley, he does feel horrible for this. He's rather embarrassed. Since he was having those hard times, he's been able to get back into work. He does drive up north for work each day. He just finally really started picking up and being busier and making enough money to support him and his family since this summer. He really didn't have any other work this earlier this year with his 2 young children at home and his wife. He was the only one working. He is taking full accountability and responsibility for his actions here, and he does acknowledge the restitution and intends to pay that back. He doesn't have any recent significant criminal history. I believe most of what he had was when he was younger, more than 10 years ago. However, he may have an OWI from a number of years back as his most recent offense. He has, since that, he's been sober and really focused on his family and whatnot for about 6 years. With that, Your Honor, we just ask that the court takes into consideration this was not done as a malicious thing. It wasn't done for personal gain. It was done as a means of survival. And while we all recognize that there are other ways that this could have been handled, unfortunately, at that time, he did what he did, thinking that he didn't have another choice. We would just ask that the court assesses minimal fines and costs in this. And of course, we understand that there's likely a short period of probation as well.
Mr. Curley, you also have the right to address me as to anything that you think that I should be aware of about you. This is your opportunity, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Dick pretty much stated everything. Essentially, that I'd want to say. I am really ashamed and, definitely embarrassed. Unfortunately, it's what it is, and I made those choices, and obviously there's consequences. I just wanted to apologize, I guess, essentially to Walmart or anybody that had to deal with it. The courts as well. All I can do is just move forward and obviously make better choices. Beyond that, like I said, Mr. Dick pretty much stated everything, and I just obviously want to move forward and get back to life. I'm sorry, that's all I have to say, Your Honor.
Mr. Curley, I'm looking at your criminal history. This is the first time that I've seen it, so I want to make sure that it's accurate. You have a prior conviction for false pretenses between 200 and 1,000 out of the 65A District Court in May of 2010.
That is Clinton County. It actually was my mother's debit card. I had taken it.
You don't need to tell me. Go ahead.
My apologies.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
I had taken her debit card, I'd already had it, but I didn't give it back, and made some purchases with it. And those were the circumstances of that. And she called and reported it.
All right. Do you also have a conviction out of the Shiawassee County Circuit Court in December of 2010 for home invasion 3rd degree felony offense?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You also have a home invasion 2nd degree in October of 2015 in the Saginaw Circuit Court?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You also have a misdemeanor attempted retail fraud 3rd degree out of the Shiawassee District Court in February of 2012.
I recall, Your Honor.
You also have a conviction for financial transaction device stealing or retaining in August of 2015 in the Otsego County Circuit Court.
Yes, Your Honor. That was old girlfriend.
That also included a retail fraud third that went along with that financial transaction device.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then in January of 2020, in the 87th District Court for Otsego County, conviction for retail fraud third degree.
I'm sorry, what you said? What year
January
was that?
30th of January 30th of 2020 in this court, conviction for retail fraud in third degree.
Oh, yep, I do from Walmart.
All right, and then June 11th of 2020, another retail fraud second degree in this same court.
I honestly, I don't recall. I don't recall that one, Your Honor. I know there was an incident. This is before I got sober, when I was still drinking, and most, if not all of these, are attributed to choices I was making when I was drinking, of course, which doesn't excuse anything. But I had started drinking a bottle of wine inside the store, and I left with it. It was, I think, the circumstances of that, and I mean, I honestly, I was intoxicated and vaguely remember most of it, but yeah, drinking was a huge problem for me.
What have you
In the
done
home,
since then? What have you done since then about that?
I've been sober 6 years from alcohol. Um, I did have the driving impaired 2000 2020 22 21
Three.
21.
It says March, you were arrested in March of 23 and pled
23, excuse
sentenced
me.
in October of 23.
Yes, I had taken too much medication, pharmaceutical, for anxiety, and I had got in a confrontation with a tow truck driver during some bad weather. I was stuck in the ditch, and unfortunately, that led to police obviously worried about my uh, ability to drive. And I told them. Beyond that, I mean, I've definitely made some poor choices, Your Honor. The home invasions, all people I knew, family, old girlfriend, and just went about things the wrong way, and made some bad choices. I lived kind of a rough lifestyle growing up, and I'm originally from downstate in the Flint Owasso area, Shiawassee, Genesee County. Um, I like I said, made some bad, poor choices when I was really young, and didn't really understand the severity of it until, I mean, well, it catches up with you and it follows you, and another bad choice will only make it worse. I mean, the last thing I want to be involved in is the courts and anything like that. And I thought those days were over, and I've really got to make the right choices. I've really got to just, I mean, I know right from wrong. I know what is and what isn't. Like I said, Your Honor, I just want to move forward and just hopefully move past this and get on to better things.
Mr. Dick, is there anything else that you want to say on your client's behalf?
Well, Your Honor, just like I know he acknowledges the fact that he had the previous charges and whatnot, or convictions and whatnot. I just do want to reiterate that they are, for the most part, they're a little bit older. He's been keeping his nose clean aside from that OWI.
I'm not going to follow the prosecutor's recommendation in this case. Even euphemistically, Mr. Curley has not kept his nose clean. He's had 15 straight years of involvement with the court system. He has multiple misdemeanors for the exact same charge that he's done this time. Tells me that in the past it was alcohol or drugs that caused him to do it, but apparently now that he's clean, he's back doing the same thing before. This was not a mistake. This is a very clear pattern of behavior. Whenever, for whatever reason, he gets short on cash, he goes to his local Walmart and makes a withdrawal. And that's illegal behavior. And he's been in jail and out of jail and done felonies and done misdemeanors, been on probation and not been on probation. And there's a clear pattern of behavior. I can't just look the other way. I can't just say, well, today's a new day and it's okay. We'll just treat you as a first offender. He's not even a fourth or fifth offender. He's got 8 or 9 of these things. My counting might be a little bit off, but not much. And he hasn't gone more than 3 or 4 years without getting another conviction. He's been in prison. He's been in jail. He's been on probation. I'm sorry, but when we started talking, this sounded to me like it was a first offense, maybe a mild second offense, and that was the reason for the plea offer, but that's not the case. So he's going to be on probation for 720 days. That's the most I can give him because I need to have a handle on him. There's going to be a $75 crime victim fee, $371.20 in restitution, $50 justice assessment. There's a $400 court cost, $200 fine, $15 local fee. Let me add that up for you as a fines and costs. The total of, with the restitution amount, is a total of $1,111.20. You pay that over probation. You may work some of that off by a community service, but some of that's going to have to be paid in person because he can't work all of it off. I'm going to require him to enroll in an economics crime course. That's a series of videos that he'll have to talk with probation about. Drug testing is ordered by the probation or the drug line. And he must do 60 days in jail, 60 days forthwith. Here at the Otsego County Jail today at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose everything.
That's your own fault, sir.
Your Honor, I need this job.
What you need to do is stop stealing from your community.
I know, Your Honor. I take full accountability, but if I go to jail, I'm seriously gonna lose everything. This is
part of that full accountability, sir. 60 days in jail is not the most that I could give you. You're lucky I only did that.
My wife just had surgery, Your Honor.
You don't appear at the jail today at 6 p.m. We'll send officers looking for you after we issue a bench warrant. That's all for today, sir.
Oh, man.
Mute him, please. Next case is State of Michigan versus Jonathan Bowers. File 25-43858-SM, set for sentencing.
James Dick on behalf of Mr. Bowers. Mr. Bowers is appearing via Zoom, Your Honor.